While I was preparing this, I was trying to think how long I've been involved in this organisation. And it's 10, 12 plus-ish years. Okay, so a bit about me and my CMT. I was diagnosed at the age of 4.
Diagnosed, not dragonised.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it felt like.
It was actually, because as Richard was saying earlier, all the electrode tests, and I was a very well-behaved 4-year-old doing these tests, apparently. But then it was reconfirmed in 1993 by a geneticist. And this lady actually wrote a book on, she used me and my father as a case study. And then a few years later, I went to see another genetic counsellor who was actually using Sarah Bundy's book to confirm my diagnosis. But it was me that yeah, okay. But he was finally diagnosed by Anita Harding at the 1992 conference, where she kind of, not bullied, conned. We volunteered to have blood tests, and that's where mine was totally confirmed. Yes, it is type 1, and as you can see, I'm a power chair user, and I have been for the past 25 years. Okay, I was actually thinking what type of orthoses, if that's the plural, I've used over the years. When I was first diagnosed at the age of 4, as I said earlier, and it was very strange because when due to put up a presentation earlier, I recognised some of the pictures because I think we shared the same clip art. So they gave me little calipers that went into the shoe, but I was quite a lively 5-year-old, and I just kept baking the backstops because I like to climb trees and things like that. But no, it was the way that I was standing. I was putting too much pressure on the backstops. So then they decided to try me with little plastic ones, which I broke those as well. They said I was too active. I was just living my life. And then as years progressed, the muscles in the knees started giving way. So they prescribed a pair of full-length metal calipers, which were kind of a little bit heavy. So then I went to secondary school, and they prescribed me with some cosmetic calipers, which lasted about 5-ish years. And then I got to be quite a stroppy teenager. Me, stroppy? No, never. I thought, right, no, I'm going to put these calipers in the cupboard. I'm going to use my chair. I'm far safer. But then I had this brainwave that I wanted to start walking again, which, yeah. So I got prescribed and I got sent to Mary Marlborough Lodge at Oxford, where they came up with the bottom right-hand corner, which was called a reciprocating gait orthosis, which is quite strange because some of the walking aids devices that are coming out nowadays with the powered movement, you've seen the suits. I keep thinking, I was kind of in the pioneer days of those. And let's just say, if anybody's tried one of those and you tried to go to the toilet in them, there was an art. And I'm sure they were designed by a man because it didn't kind of fit the female body. So we'll move, there's another story behind those full-length calipers, which I won't go into. Okay, the orthoses that I have now, I've got a right-hand splint, I've got a pair of purple ankle-foot orthoses, which I live in the summer, and of course my power chair. And that goes everywhere with me. Okay, what does CMT, United Kingdom, mean to me? And it's friendship, it's knowledge, it's communication, it's not feeling alone, it's knowing that somebody has got the answer out there. And I've seen just how the organisation has grown over the years. Okay. I live my life, my way, independently, at home. but I do that with a team of people. And that team is made up of agency people and people I have employed, people who I employ privately. Got a couple of people who are self-employed, and the rest I go through a payroll. But in the last year, because of my change in funding, I've had to go through new assessments, apply to new policies and procedures, a change in rule, and loads of planning. I actually had one assessment, and in the feedback it said, don't laugh, Karen, I only use a wheelchair for outdoor use, and I can weight bear, and I've got perfect sitting balance. Yes, okay, I thought. Yes. But what it's proved is hang on, no, we'll keep it there a minute. There were certain bits they weren't listening to me, and that is fatal. Okay, things and little minor things that make me cross. People who stand right behind me, and because I can't see them, and especially in supermarkets, I just cannot see behind me. Okay, people who leave my chair. My mother is a prime example, but I won't go down that story. But strangers, whenever you're out, they think that your wheelchair, it's a leaning post. It isn't, it's my space. Could you please move away? Oh yes, ha 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 ha. Don't need to explain that one, do I? Right. Oh yes, you're out in the community, and I expect people in the audience about this. They'll go, "Race you, have you passed that test? Have you passed your test in your chair?" And you handle your chair well. I'm thinking, I've had a few years' experience, and at that point I crash into something. Oh, yes, somebody said to me the other day, "You're confined to your chair." I'm going, no, I'm not. This was coming from a supervisor of an agency. "Oh, you're confined to your chair?" Nope. Okay, things that amuse me. When the word disabled are used by toilets, kitchen, house and car, to me that means that there's something wrong. They are just user-friendly. And when Richard just mentioned this, they come out with, "Can't manage that," and shouldn't be. It's, "I can manage that." How you achieve something doesn't matter, as long as you get to the end result. And what people forget, I'm me, and I'm not a time slot. Okay, just a few things that I've done in the past. Now, this was really strange because I was trying to think of a fact that Karen, who I've known for 12, 14... Shh. I was trying to think of a fact that she wouldn't know about me, and I was really struggling. So, I've worked with medical social workers. I featured on promotional videos for a bath company. Represented the country. Yeah, swimming event. I was talking to somebody earlier. Yes, I was a swimmer in 1984. I've been on television, radio. Yes, and I broke my arm skiing. Go on, Karen, you explain that story.
You actually dislocated your elbow, didn't you? And I had this phone call about 2 weeks later, and she said, "Can we come and stay with you?" Just her and her husband at the time. Because he keeps eating all my food, because he was having to feed her. And she said, "I'm going to have to get a power chair." She said, "Because was it your left arm or?" And she was going round, at the time was using a manual chair, and was going round and round in circles, she said. And I had to hang the phone up. I was crying with laughter. And I had to ring her back sometime later and say, "I'm sorry, just got this mental image of this whirling dervish." We've been together 30 years, haven't we? So.
I didn't find it funny that she took the mickey. But, I mean, I've also been a wife, an adopted sister, an adopted mum, and a friend. I've travelled around the world. I love organising parties and events. And yes, I got married on a beach. I drove from Land's End to John the Groats, didn't we, Mo?
We certainly did.
10 days, yes, we did it. It was a challenge, but we did it. 10 nights, 10 venues. Yes. And what we were saying earlier about fatigue, that was mentally and physically fatiguing come the end, because some of my transfers that we do, day in, day out, just weren't working. But it was worth it. So many memories. But most of the time, I'm just me. I'm just Lisa. I live it. This is my life. Go on. Get up in the morning and then juggle. Time, activities, my energy, time, activities. There's time for bed again. And then guess what? You wake up and you do the whole thing all over again. But what do I do now? I mean, recently I've spent a lot of time trying to sort out my care plans. And on Monday I've got a new care agency coming in, but I'm enjoying that prospect immensely. I'm team manager of a team called Welsh's Wanderers. And this team was set up in 2000 and before that, there was only 2 members. It's me and my husband. So I had a very difficult other team member. But then when John died, I said, right, we're going to have a team. We're going to call it Welsh's Wanderers. And we're going to compete in the sports that I've been doing for 30 years. No more than that. So every year we go away for a week's holiday. Well, it's not a holiday, it's hard work. It's good fun. I got 10 in my team this year, and we keep at Wincanton Racecourse. We take over the whole building. So it's like indoor camping. We compete at the showground for 4 days. We come home kind of exhausted. But that team works. I work with the housing association that I belong to. And the nice thing about that, I work on like the customer involvement, and they always see me as a person. They forget the wheelchair, I am me. I'm chair of a dance group, wheelchair dance group called Wheels and Toes. Yes, it's coming on nicely. And of course, medical appointments and the work with CMT. But in conclusion, I think we all need to celebrate our lives. Just think about what we've achieved, how far we've come. We might have had some obstacles to get over, but we all should celebrate what we've done and how happy it's made us, and how we've probably made other people happy in that process. And today just shows how the coming together can mean the world to everybody. Okay?